You can, but I think in college in general, like 18-year-old boys, and even women too, like we don't know how to have sex. Who is teaching you how to have sex?
No.
You gotta figure it out through.
Maybe it was a good thing I was a virgin in college.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look, it doesn't matter what your path, what your timeline is, as long as like where you are now, you're someone that right, like knows how to treat your partner as well. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So you know, even though that experience wasn't the best for me, like I'm glad that hopefully he learned something and like now is a better partner for people he meets. That's all that really matters.
Hopefully. Yeah. I have a story to go along with that. Was let's just call it girl X. You know, I think it was like a first or second date. She came over and she was like, you know, things were getting hot. You know, she was on top of me. We were making out, and then she hits me with, "You think you're gonna fuck me tonight?"
Oh.
And you know what I told her?
What did you tell her?
I said, "No, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and jerk my dick."
Did you actually?
I did. Like that's a test. When girls say some shit like that, right? It's like kind of it's like, oh,
interesting.
We're not fucking tonight, or like you think, you know. But I'm like, I just like I don't have to. I just you know. So I think like sex is kind of like a power thing. When you realize you could take the power away from the other person, it's kind of like, you know?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It can be like a game and a balance. I don't like to treat sex that way. I kind of just it's casual to me.
I don't treat it. But it's just like a perspective.
No, you're right, and that's actually so. There's a lot of like psychological studies too on like when you decide to have sex and how that like affects like partners and how they. It's interesting. There are like different gender dynamics too. For example, like women after having sex tend to be more emotionally invested in a relationship, while the reverse happens for a guy.
Yeah.
Not always, of course, but it's a correlated study.
That's biological too.
Oh,
you know?
It was just a correlation study, so there's no causation. But
you mentioned something earlier off the podcast. I was like, you don't believe in big dick energy, right? Big dick energy usually is equivalent to like maybe a guy who could be confident or cocky.
Yes.
Right, but that's what big dick energy is.
I guess so.
But that's not a turn on for you. But I think sometimes people just think, oh, big dick energy. You walk around feeling you have a big dick, and it equates to confidence.
Well, sure, I get that. Like I think we like to tell people like, oh, that's big dick energy when they do something that's like, you know, cool or ballsy or brave or like whatever. Like I've been told I have big dick energy, right? Because of my tweets, because I'm not afraid to talk about these things or share my stories. But like to me when I hear that, it's like, actually no, like this is pussy energy. So I have a pussy. And I'm not afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
So what it really is right, like accurately it's pussy, and it's not and like I just feel like realistically, like if I had a big dick, I don't know, like would I be like the person that I am?
Right.
And
you have big wop energy.
Maybe. Sure. Yeah, I guess that's the female equivalent. But see, like, isn't that an interesting comparison though? Because for women, it's like wet pussy energy.
Right.
Which is about like that's not a like physical trait.
Okay.
Right. That's like a bodily function.
Right.
Like, every pussy can be wet. But like not every dick could be big.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So like it's like. Yeah, it's like it's not the same comparison.
Okay.
Like the same comparison would be if we said like hard dick energy, right, versus like soft dick energy, which I feel like I would like better. Yeah. Because that's something like a guy can more or less control. Right. Like like when you're hard, it's like ooh, like damn. Look
Yeah. I could penetrate anything in life.
Exactly. But like I don't know, I just feel like a lot of guys I've met who have big dicks like feel like that's such an important like redeeming quality that they don't put effort into anything else.
So you don't think big dicks should be tied to such high esteem?
Yes, that's it, because then people are just like, oh, I have a big dick, that means I'm cool, I don't need to do anything else. Right. I'm just gonna shove it in and she's gonna enjoy it because it's a big dick, which is not true. And I mean, we can pull up tweets
actually, you know what, I'll read the first one. Playing with dick is so satisfying. You give it some love, care, and see it grow so big and strong. Right. Like a little houseplant. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
What are you doing at this point in time? This is a tweet at 2:58 p.m. in the afternoon. You're just,
I think
you were just watering your houseplant. Hold on.
I don't know. Thoughts just come to me, you know? Like it just rains down on me sometimes, and but I think that's how I feel, right? Like foreplay is fun, and I'm sure, right? Like for men or yeah, people that have sex with women, right? Like it's fun to get a girl wet.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm making her feel good, I'm doing a good thing, and vice versa too. It's fun to make a dick hard.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm putting effort, yeah, like I said, showing it love and care.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, you can see, right?
Right.
It's like yeah, like kind of like a house plant. If you're watering, you're taking care of it, it grows. Or like, you know, those little like anything.
You're
or like
a little plant mom.
Or like bread too, right? Like
You're a little plant mom.
It like bakes and rises. Isn't it just satisfying?
Right. You see it in the oven, like wow.
Right.
It's getting there.
Yes.
Yeah. You follow up with, this is why I always cry during sex. I'm so proud.
That's a joke. Actually, I don't really cry during sex, but I am proud. I like look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's
I did that.
Yes.
I did that. Pro tip: if you spit on his dick, it's like watering the seed. It will sprout. That's true.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's true. You want to give it moisture. You want to.
If your plant grows fruit, you can eat and swallow the seeds as they're nutritious.
No, dead ass. I forgot I tweeted the rest of that. Honestly, I must have been horny. You know, sometimes I get horny in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And then I decide to.
You're just bored, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
I think girls, they don't get this. They don't get horny the same way guys do. Yes and no, but like I see that girls get a lot hornier when they're bored, but guys get horny from like anything, like looking. Maybe like we look at our mouse pad with like titties on them. I was like, oh shit. When he's under 6 feet, has a small dick, and genuinely cares about you, and it's a picture of you tying your hair up, so it's genuinely that's love.
No, a
right?
lot. It is love. I think. I mean, when did I tweet that?
This is last year, March
of 2021.
It's funny. This was also at like 2:50 p.m.
I can't remember if I'm single or maybe like seeing someone, but I think that was because I was with someone like that. I think most people I've been romantically involved with are like that. I tend not to date guys over 6 feet because I'm 5 feet, so that would be just too tall.
Right.
And there's there's kind of a similar dynamic there too, where I feel like a lot of tall guys make their personalities about their height, which I don't love. But yeah, I date guys who tend to be under 6 feet. I date a lot of Asian men who, right? Can we be honest? Like, come on. Like 4 inches is pretty average. That's pretty fucking normal. You know? And there's no shame about that. Like you don't need to have like 6, 7 inch. Like that is not average. That is above average, and I don't expect that from anybody, especially not my Asian dudes.
Depending on what continent you live in, you know, is the average is
right. So I tend to date guys with dicks below 6, and honestly, like below 6, it's much less likely for there to be like pain involved.
What about like the girth, like diameter?
I don't know. I think I've only had one time where I'm like the girth is too big, where it was like, oh shit, like this is gonna take like lube to like get it in.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think there's a good range of like it's all fine.
Yeah. Is it awkward sometimes? One night stands?
No.
No, it's not awkward.
No, I mean, I think I'm very comfortable with my body, and like I think it's fun, and you establish like kind of boundaries and all that.